Hello and welcome to Tinkering with X, Y, and Z. I'm Aru, I'm your host, and I'm with.
Shailendra, and I'm your co-host.
Yes, thank you for joining me. This podcast is going to be talking about world and our perspective on it, and different topics that excite us in general, right?
Mostly your perspective. I would be sort of a commentator on what you think and bring my own perspective
We're here to learn from each other, not one teaching the other or the other teaching.
to it.
Right?
I definitely can't learn, that's for sure.
You are a teacher, so
So I can't learn.
you just contradicted your own.
I can't learn, I can teach.
Yeah, so here we're going to be talking about topics like we said before, and one special segment which is my favorite is us discussing and sharing our things that we like that made us happy, like recommendations.
Oh yeah, recommendation, something that we saw, we heard, somebody might have recommended,
Yeah.
something that we read. I think that's something which is rare right now, but reading also might help.
Yeah, we both like to read, but it has become very less in the last pandemic year, unfortunately. But I think this will help us get back into it because we have to come up with recommendations.
We should. That means every fortnight we'll have to do at least something extra so that we could make recommendations.
Yeah, but this recommendations is not only to books. It could be a movie, a TV show.
Yeah, I know one recommendation which is going to come in. Hamilton. Go watch Hamilton.
Go watch Hamilton. That is my recommendation. So Hamilton is basically a musical about founding father Alexander Hamilton, who was the first Treasury Secretary of United States, and it's a hip hop
If you
musical.
need more about Hamilton, please get in touch with us. We know
With me.
everything about Hamilton now. This
Yes.
is what plays in our home every day and night.
He doesn't know anything about it. He has not watched it with me yet. So please ask him to watch it with me, and you watch it as well. So what are your recommendations?
My recommendation is to do with food. There is a new YouTube channel that we have discovered. It's called the Village Kitchen.
Yes, it's called Village Kitchen.
Village Kitchen, and it is done by 4 gentlemen, 1 grandfather and 3 grandsons in a village in Tamil Nadu, and they just cook awesome food. In fact, we tried one of them. Archana was kind enough to cook sambar based on the recipe that she
Yeah.
saw there.
It is, I think, our favorite version of a sambar.
Yes, I think there have been better versions, but this is one of the best versions of sambar right from that YouTube channel. I would also recommend another movie called The Great Indian Kitchen. It's a Malayalam movie again. Wonderful set of storytelling, actors, absolutely less dialogues. Even if you don't understand Malayalam, you could still do with it. Wonderful. 2 recommendations from me. I'm going to be better than you. You make 1, I'll give
But-
2.
But I'm a good daughter, so I watched it with you.
Good stuff. And I have been forced to watch Hamilton, listen to it,
But he
both
has
in
not.
original and in your voice for long enough now.
Which is better?
Yours, of course.
Okay.
You know why? It is your birthday. Congratulations on turning 17 and having your own podcast.
Yes, this is so we are on a roll right now because 15 I started a blog,
Correct?
16 I started Tinker, which is my social media website, and 17 I'm starting a podcast.
Which is great. I think that content is going to be important in the near future, and I'm so glad that you're doing this. What else? What else can the audience expect from this then?
It is so. Here's my take on this because we have kind of a generation gap, right? So I'm a Gen Z and he is a Gen.
I am Gen X.
Which
Go boomers, go! Go boomers, go!
You're a Gen X. Why are you saying boomers?
I'm close to boomers. That's what everybody calls me. You're a boomer in head,
Yeah. So for people who don't know what this is, he's old and I'm young.
and I'm wise.
That everyone will see soon enough. So I look forward to seeing your wise thoughts in the
Yes,
future.
you'll get plenty of them.
And you might get dad jokes as well.
Oh my god, I'm a dad. I'm a full-time dad, so I'm going to got full-time dad jokes as well.
I make bad jokes as well. But
No, dad jokes. Dad jokes are
Yeah,
great
dad-
jokes.
yeah, we both really like puns and playing on words all the
Sure.
time. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. What else can you expect? So, as I was saying, like we have this generation gap, and I think that will really like help us get different perspectives because you have experienced a almost different life from I have, and it in a different world. Like when you were 16, you were not stuck at home doing online classes.
Yes.
So it's, I think, nice to see like how we could share and like at the same age gap or just perspectives as a 45-year-old and as a 17-year-old to be.
I am just 35. Who says I'm 45? I am 35-year-old.
Then how are you closer to boomer if you're 35?
Okay, I'm 65-year-old in that case. That makes me a boomer.
Yeah, he changes age every 5 seconds. Please bear with him. Right. So like we said, let's talk about, like, let's go off one by one. What is one thing that you are interested to talk about in the future?
I teach business for living. That's what I do for living.
You get a lot of business podcast recommendations as well.
Yes, I'm not going to scare people off
Boring.
instantly. Not scaring people instantly, but you would get some business podcast. I write my own newsletter, so that is definitely want to talk about that newsletter.
Yes.
Now, don't brag and don't gloat that you started writing first and you had a first newsletter. I know,
Yes.
but I am more consistent.
Right, but I started first, so
Okay.
I have bragging rights over there.
You started writing a newsletter first. I started writing first. I'm older. You see, I was born before you, so I started writing earlier.
Alright. But who's the newsletter? There's a timestamp on that. There's a timestamp on the thing that I started first.
Yes, you started newsletter.
So you were inspired by me.
Yes, of course.
Talking about getting inspired by younger generation.
Yes, I think that is a privilege that you can get inspired by younger people. And I'm fortunate that way that because I teach in a business school, I always have a younger set of people around me, which is always, I would say, very inspirational. And you get to know stuff which is happening around us.
Yeah.
We could also talk about.
Friends of Tinker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Friends of Tinker is basically going to us getting guests when we want an extra perspective on a topic that we're talking about and someone who we think might have something interesting to add.
I was also thinking your X, I'm X, you are Z. We also can get people from Y to come in, Generation Y to come in and speak about their own experiences sometimes.
Yeah, that will be nice to have an extra perspective. I always love talking to people anyway.
So if you are
interested
in being friends of Tinker,
get in touch with
Aru.
Aru at tinker.
Tinker.com.
Yeah, that's my mail. Or you can connect with me on Instagram as well, which is at tinker_. Yeah.
Great stuff. So
we'll put the links in the description, whichever streaming platform you're listening on.
Go to Apple Podcast. That's where it is going to sound the best. Apple all the way.
He is an Apple fan. He has everything Apple. Okay. We'll see you guys soon.
We'll see you every fortnight rather.
Yeah, so what are the dates that you've decided on?
Oh my god. We'll have to ask the executive producer for that. What are the dates for executive producer?
What are the dates?
12th and 28th.
It was 25th. We'll discuss about that later.
There is always a party pooper here.
28th.
12 is fixed, of course. That's
12
Aru's
is
birthday.
fixed. The other one, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to negotiate.
Yeah.
There is some negotiation there. Okay.
Yes,
The
we
executive producer is throwing her weight around. We'll get back to you about the second episode.
Wish Productions will sort out their conflicts and get back to you with the proper date. Right. Editor, our chief editor.
Yes.
Is my best friend. Her name is Akshita. Yeah, we're gonna get you pizza every week, every month.
Yes. Akshita gets pizza twice a month.
Twice a month she gets paid in pizza.
Yes.
Which I think is the best way to pay anyone, honestly. They should start paying.
So in case you also want to contribute to this, you can get paid in pizza.
Pizzas. That's great. Yeah, we love
See you
food.
around then.
Yeah.
We'll see you around. Bye bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks for listening. Tune back in soon.